This is session 44. We're going to discuss about international peace again. The main point we're going to discuss today is about the factors which are essential for the success of collective security. After this, you should be able to tell what exactly is collective security and the reasons why it is successful. Collective security is something that the world tries to prevent war and conflict using a collective intervention through United Nations and such organizations. It is a device of power, crisis management. It seeks to preserve international peace through crisis management. In the event of war or aggression against any nations in the world, it accepts universality of aggression. Collective security accepts that violation of the security of a nations are bound to occur, and that wars and aggressions cannot be totally eliminated from international relations. All nations are committed to pool their powers for ending aggression. Collective security believes that in the event of violation of international peace by any aggressions in any part of the world, all the nations are committed to pool their power and resources for taking effective steps against the aggressor for restoring international peace. Global identity of power. Collective security stands for the creation of universal global identity of power involving all nations for the maintenance of international peace and security. Under it, all the nations are obligated to defend international peace and security through collective military actions against aggressions. Presence of international organization. Collective security presumes presupposes the existence of international organizations under whose flag a global preponderance of power is created for ending the aggression. It is loosely knit organizations like the UNO. It is a deterrent against war. Collective security can be an effective deterrent against a state with aggressive designs. Under this system, aggression against another nation shall be met by the collective power of all other nations. So no nation attempts aggression or war because such an action will invite collective security action against it. The realization helps promote peace and security. The aggressor is the enemy, not the state. Collective security regards aggression or war as the enemy and not the state which resort to war or aggression. Collective security action is limited to the elimination of war, aggression or threat of war or aggression, but not the elimination of the state which commits the aggression. Its sole concern is to get the aggression vacated, to prevent the aggressor to gain out its aggression, to restore the health of the victim of aggression, and to restore international peace and security. Some of the ideal conditions for the success of collective security include agreement on the definition of aggression, more broad-based, powerful United Nations, commitment of the permanent members of international peace and security, existence of a permanent international peacekeeping force, established a procedure for termination of every collective security action, popularization of peaceful means of conflict resolution, sustainable socio-economic development of all the nations, strengthening of peaceful means of crisis management. Whose association or organization is the United Nations? ILO, World Bank, WHO, all the above. Answer A. Find the prime subject of United Nations. Collective security, national sovereignty, national integration, national independence. Answer B. Which article of United Nations Charter states that the UN shall possess judicial personality? 2, 5, 1, 6. Answer C. Which of the following act is responsible for the creation of UN subject to Indian Parliament? United Nations Act of 1948, United Nations Act of 1949, United Nations Act of 1946, United Nations Act of 1947. Answer A. Which article of United Nations Charter states the purpose of UN? Article 15, Article 2, Article 1, Article 5. Answer C.